Michael J. Radler of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. You are a joke. You are an incompetent. You are a buffoon. Have you, Michael, ever had a real job? Because you were a Monroe County Sheriff's Office employee for 25 years. And then you retired. And then you were rehired by Sheriff Todd Baxter, and now you are an assistant to the sheriff. So, Michael Radler, public employee, are you collecting your retirement paycheck for 25 years on the job, along with your present paycheck as an assistant to Sheriff Todd Baxter? So, you're an assistant to Sheriff Todd Baxter. Do you have a desk next to Jimmy the intern? Is that what you sit? You sit outside Sheriff Baxter's office with Jimmy the intern as an assistant? What exactly are you doing as an assistant to the sheriff? I mean, what is so valuable about your skills and services that you are an assistant to the sheriff? I really want to know what you do on the job after double dipping. Because you are a double dipper. There's no way around that fact. Because if you are collecting retirement paycheck after 25 years on the job, and now you're presently collecting a paycheck, you are a double dipper. Now, 25 years on the job as a Monroe County Sheriff's employee. What were you doing for 25 years? Writing speeding tickets? That's what I'm guessing you were doing, is writing speeding tickets. So, Michael, you are the contact that I have been using for a year now to send a Freedom of Information Law document that demands your public employee payroll. And the first time I sent you a FOIL to you, Michael Radler, to you, Michael J. Radler, was last December. And I've sent it 18 times since, and every single time you, Michael J. Radler, ignored this Freedom of Information Law document that compels you to disclose your public employee salaries. Every single time, Michael J. Radler, you ignored it because you're above the law at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. It's none of my business as a taxpayer what you're paid, Michael J. Radler. I'm not asking Michael J. Fox what he earns. I'm asking you, Michael J. Radler, what you earn from the taxpayers of the state of New York to violate my civil and constitutional rights. And the reason why I want to know is I want to know Andrew Reality's salary. I want to know Deputy Fascist Stooge Meyer's salary when she's crash landing in my backyard dirt for standing in the corner of a parking lot. So, this is what you should do, Michael Radler. Instead of being an assistant to Sheriff Baxter next to Jimmy the intern, you got an office at Panorama Trail, because I've been there multiple times to drop off my Freedom of Information Law documents demanding your salary. And they got the Home Depot there. So that's on Panorama Trail. And you know what, Michael Radler, since you are now an assistant next to Jimmy the intern, and you had a 25-year career writing speeding tickets, you need to have a real job in the private sector. All right? And you got the Home Depot right down there on Panorama Trail. That goes to Penfield Road. You know where it is. So walk in there and ask for an employment application where you could get a real job. Do you understand me, Michael J. Radler? So, Michael J. Radler on July 11th. You see, that's your signature there, MJ baby. And that's just one of the 18 times that I sent the Freedom of Information Law document. And I say 18 and it's over 20, but I'm just trying to be conservative. So you signed your name, baby. I'm demanding your payroll on that day, July 11th. Well, that's over 2 months ago, and you blew it off. I want to know how much you're paid. And you know what I'm going to do when I find out how much you're paid? I'm relentless. I'm going to find out what every one of you 170 fanatics at your office are paid. I'm buying a domain name. I'm going to put the salary of every individual in the Monroe County Sheriff's Office online, and I'm going to email that link to the Democrat and Chronicle and every television and radio station in Monroe County. And then I also want, as my follow-up, and there are going to be numerous follow-ups, I want to know all your travel expenses for your public employees outside of Monroe County. Like when you send Ryan Fisher to the Super Bowl in Atlanta, what is Ryan Fisher doing in uniform outside Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta with his canine dog, Lola? Did the taxpayers in New York pay for that trip? And then I want to know, and I'm going to send a Freedom of Information Law document. You're going to blow this off too, but I'm relentless, and I'm going to send this multiple times too. I want to know the overtime or time and a half expenses for every employee at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And what I mean by that is you have your 40-hour standard work week, and naturally they're going to be employees that work beyond the 40-hour work week. So you have your base salary, and I don't know that because you refuse to follow the law and disclose your salaries to me. And then there's money that is earned beyond the 40-hour work week. And I want to know if you have Monroe County Sheriff's employees gouging the taxpayer in the abuse of overtime, time and a half, or however that's defined beyond the 40-hour work week. That's what I want to know. So, I'm also sending this information to you, Kathleen Miller, and UW Today. Oh, and US Alberta. And you know what? Are you WS and Kathleen, are you a double dipping too, like Michael Radler? What's your official title? You know why I don't know your official title? You won't send me to payroll. And on a payroll, it has a title, the employee's name, and a salary. That's the way it works. So, as the three of you are next to Michael the intern there now, as the double dipper, Michael the double dipper, Michael the intern, I want to know how much you're all four are paid. That's what I want to know. And I am relentless. And you're going to hear from me relentlessly, baby.